Well, hello everyone. I am Rhonda with Rhonda's Lovely Sparks. Whew, I have something on my mind to share. I hear some feedback that I believe is going to help all of us. Um, I am just trying to check my mic and make sure everything is working correctly. Um, I know how to have these topics. And I went in there and spoke to my husband. He's in the bed. And I talked to him and I said, honey, I was going to talk about my resolutions for the year. And I said, well, this has superseded that topic. Um, I will not be giving anyone any power by mentioning their name. I am not angry. I do feel, I'm trying to understand my feelings. I feel that there is a lot of ignorance out there, that so many times excuses have been made, and there are people who have become empowered by those excuses. I would like to put an incredible I would like to have a wonderful conversation with everyone where this is a difficult conversation, but I could make it probably not so difficult. Hello, Lady Libra. Oh, hello, Lady Libra, my love. Oh, I used to have my book readings. I'm going to have them again. I'm optimistic. Um, but my movie bestie, I just love you. I just love you. But I feel, I am not a psychiatrist. I tell people I am not a psychiatrist. Um, no, I don't have a degree. I graduated high school. I was an honor graduate. And that's it. Um, but I do have life experience. I do have life experience. And I'm so sorry. My I have this lighting here, so it probably has brings this awful glare to my glasses. So I hope this doesn't affect you all and being able to hear what I have to say. Let me know if it does. I love you too, Lady Libra. Hey, Asia. Oh, Asia. Asia, I think this will be cool for us too. For me and you and people in the chat room, where maybe I can talk about some things that's coming from emotion. Hello, Alice. Yay. Oh my god, I just love my heart just beating so beautifully. Let me go back a little bit, and I do have some notes written down too, so I can make sure that I stay, like, on point, because it's such a very big topic, but I want to really give some emphasis on what racist means. I'm not gonna give the other person any power. I'm not gonna give out their name, but I'm going to angle this or take this in the position of basically how this affects all of us and how we could move forward. How can we deal with this? I believe maybe I can identify a lot of things and how we can live with this while we're being true to ourselves. Um, I have a lot of things I want to talk about as far as the bubble and not to not to make any excuses about not to make excuses for racists, but I do feel that there's, of course, a lot of ignorance, a lot of, intentional ignorance, not not that ignorance should be an excuse for anybody, no, but it's intentional. Hey, Lola, Lola, hot sauce. I have my special thing for everybody, my cousin Alice, oh, Asia. Rhonda, you missed it earlier on the Zoom. That's Washington fan Momo, Moonmark on Zoom. He had to restart. Are you serious? Oh my god. I was there at Mark's Live today, and I said, "Well, for the first time this year, I'm going to call in," because Leo was like, "Rhonda," last week, "you need to call in the show," and it was pretty cool. Leo was respectful, to be honest with you. He was very respectful. Um, and I called in, and my sweet little grandbaby was there. "Oh, you was there before I came." "Okay." Yeah, so I came in a little late. My grandbaby was on there, and I called into the show, and I did my thing, I was like, "It's time to get nasty. Come on, baby, get on it." I did my thing. Oh my gosh, he I wonder why Mark said something about ass. I'm like, "What did I miss?" And that's what he was talking about. Hmm, thank you for enlightening me about that. So I want to really have this I don't think it's difficult for me to have this conversation at all, but I believe it's difficult for others, but I feel that, it's a discussion we need to have. I think Momo has his own cracks on the street, Asia said. Well, I'm glad I missed that. Oh my god. Um, so I wanna try to work my way through this, without just draining everybody, and hopefully I can make this conversation where we can have some aha moments. I did say that I'm not going to bring that person's name in here because I know that they are watching, and I really don't care if they are, and I don't care if they don't, and no, I'm not paranoid about it, but I think, well, the reason why I'm having this conversation, number 1, is to help me, and maybe what I'm going through, I use that to help others, and maybe if there's someone that's dealing with that demon, um, maybe this will help them. I definitely feel that, um I'm just seeing in my heart and my mind the things that I remember, and I didn't to be honest with you, I didn't think it was gonna bother me as much, and then I started to accept the responsibility of my normal emotions to go through my process of what I need to go through healing so I can become stronger because I'm retired and I felt like, wow, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was exempt from it. I knew that somewhere I was gonna have to deal with racism again. I knew that having a channel, I would have to deal with it. But I do feel, without a doubt, what's really inspired it, what's inspired for it to be more confident and bold, it is the Trump, um, politics. It's the election. It's like a no-brainer. And we see people who support this kind of person and his language are a lot of people who follow that because they are trying to gain something they want a lot of. A lot of the extremists, it comes with getting a Tesla, renting a Tesla car. It comes with pulling up in front of Trump Towers, having a bunch of fireworks. This is an incident that happened, on the 1st, I believe. Forgive me if it wasn't the 1st, but it happened recently. This man has all the bells and whistles when it comes to someone who has titles, who seems to be impressive on the resume, and this is something that we as a society really need to rise above. It's not allow people's titles to keep us from being smart enough to make decisions to protect ourselves. But I was trying to get to this point a couple days ago when I went live, and then I was beautifully distracted. But I'm gonna point it out, this person who rented a Tesla car, which we know, and if you don't know, I don't mind sharing it with you, it's okay. Elon Musk, who also serves Trump's administration, uh, he is probably the inventor, but he owns Tesla, right? This new type of vehicle that's crazy. Then this guy, he pulled of a Trump building. Now, mind you, this Tesla, he has it filled fireworks, he has it filled with all kinds of stuff. But what really stood in my mind when I first watched it, I thought, "This doesn't look like someone who is really necessarily doing an attack, like a terrorist attack." Because this person has a Tesla made by Elon Musk, who is supposed to be best friends with Trump and serves on his administration moving forward, in this, sworn in presidency of Trump, this, this new person. It just didn't make sense with him having fireworks because to me, fireworks means I think Teslas are nice. You can afford the repair, Lola. Shout out to Nodulus to 90s. I love you. Thank you for being here, my niece. And Rhonda, hope this year is better for me. I can't have another year. Hey, it's gonna be better because, Asia, you've done the work, and now this year, that work that you've done, then you have to tell yourself, "Now I've put some work in. I could take what I've learned, and I can build on that." And that's when you can tell, "Wow, I'm getting better." And thank you for the compliment on the beautiful roses. Hubby buys me flowers, and I just love them because he knows it's a very deeper spiritual thing for me. What flowers mean, it means life. Red rose is, my name is Rhonda, so Rhonda means, it means in German, it means rose. So it just has a lot of great significance, um, throughout my whole life. So thank you. Did hubby cook today? Oh my god, yeah, he did. He did. I posted that on my community tab. You will love it. Check it out. There's pictures there. Thank you for asking, Asia. Um, so what really got with me when I saw the Tesla pulled up in front of a Trump Tower, which I put 2 and 2 together, Trump Tower, Elon Musk, Tesla. Okay. Fireworks. To me, this looks like a celebration. Looks like a celebration, right? Fireworks? It wasn't like he attacked anybody by actually pointing a weapon at them and doing one-on-one harm. to unalive some people, right? It was a celebration. Long story short, they said that he unalived himself in the car. So, the point I'm trying to get to is that there's a bubble out there that's very serious. Yeah, I did, Asia. I saw that in New Orleans, and, the media's gonna come across and say, "Oh, well, it's terrorists, blah, blah, blah," just because someone slapped ISIS, but baby, no. This is local terrorism here. There's terrorism here in this country, and it's racism. Bubbles. There are people that live in bubbles. They're proud about it. What makes bubbles worse is when you have people who are racist who live in their racist bubbles because they become inspired, and with the tumultuous, pulverizing election of Trump and what he said and what he's been saying for a very long time has been going on without being held account accountable. Hello, Daydream. Mm. I want to tie that all in about bubbles and circles, and that includes also YouTube, chat rooms, YouTube, whatever is seems to appear to be an association, a club, a circle, but not all circles are safe. Not all circles are good, and some people will congregate and build a circle that's going to make them feel good, and then in the situation that I'm speaking of, there are circles that are very unhealthy, and they thrive. You have, for example, during, Trump and, his rallies, those were his circles, which means if there is a dominant group of a person who believes in one type of idea, then what happens is that they feel confident with this lynch mob mentality, just like what happened a couple years ago, January 6th insurrection. A lot of people felt bold, they were, and they were inspired by Trump, and they got in there and did their thing to the Capitol. Was it the Capitol? Oh, I can't even remember anymore. It's so much of this going around. I can't even I don't think I want to really remember that much, but what I do want to remember is really putting out there for my friends, my family, what can we do? How can we identify? A lot of people, if you notice during this tumultuous and pulverizing times where Trump has made people feel very confident and bold, brave, and all that on a bag of chips, and plus winning the election, they've gone crazy, which means you will see a lot of those elements surface, and unfortunately, I expected that to happen to me. I did, because I'm Black, because it's like common sense shit. Oh, okay. Speaking of swear jar, okay, here it goes. I know everybody's been asking. Here's my jar. Okay, it's hard for me to talk about topics and not cuss because I'm upset. I said a curse word. Here we go. I'm gonna put a name on here, Rhonda Swear Jar, and every time I say a bad word, I'm going to fill hopefully I don't have to fill it up, because if I'm going to receive, uh, Cash App, this is gonna make me stand better because that money's not supposed to be, but anyway, whatever that I do collect, in the swear jar. I hope it's not a lot of money, but whatever I raise is gonna go to the animal shelter here. Okay, okay. There it is. I got it. I'm not a rapper. I'm not trying to throw ones and make it rain. No. My husband went to the bank and he got me some ones because we don't keep cash in the house. I hope I don't use any of this, but this is gonna make me walk straight. So here we are. One of my new resolutions. Reading in the chat room, Lola says, "Sheesh, SH. Whoosh. That thing would be filled up by now if it was for me." Lady Lisa, I wanna thank you for the content. It was an important conversation we should all have. I have to leave, but I'll watch the rest of the stream later today. To you all, love to you too. Love to you too. Thank you. It's gonna be a lot of information. I do plan to be on here for quite some time, at least minimally 4 hours, but, you know, if it takes longer, it takes longer, but I think 4 hours. Daydream says, "Aunt Rhonda, I collect fortune cookies." Fortune, ooh, I love fortune cookies. Oh, that's a sweet collection. Here's my swear jar. Shout out to Tracy Lee Williamson. He had recommended this. Okay. I got $1. Reese's Cup, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, everybody. Um, Lola, the Bulls honored Derrick Rose tonight. Oh. Interesting. So I have a poll that I posted, and have you experienced racism? 83% says yes, and 17% says no. You're very fortunate. I'm doing fine, everybody. Research says, "How am I doing?" I'm gonna work my way through this, so I know you all are here. Thank you so much for liking and also smashing that bell button, 'cause I would ever thought that I get analytics from that too. Good luck, one of my strikes have been removed. So when the new year came, that strike was removed. It was on The Bride of Frankenstein that I got a strike on. I'm like, "What?" Michael Donna, what's up? Howdy, howdy. Oh, my love to my beautiful friends, my family, the safe place, our circle. Now, what we know for sure as being a content creator is that, I'm trying to find my stuff from my lips that Lola got me. Yeah, Lola got it for me. God. Oh, here it is. Um, I'm gonna start this, and once I start rolling, I'm gonna be rolling. I just gotta get to a point where I don't miss anything. Even though I know I will, and that just gives me more of a reason to come back. So I'm gonna make it rain. I'm lying though. These are $1 bills, and I have a swear jar resolution this year. No cussing. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. $1. $1. So Alice Galloway says she lives in a white supremacist neighborhood. Jeez. I feel, to be honest with you, I think I live in a white supremacist neighborhood. Think about it. Yeah. She said, "Good luck. Thank you. We definitely need it." Um, so I'm gonna move forward, having this difficult conversation for many, but I don't really feel it's difficult for me. Um, Asia says, "Yikes!" Uh, Steelers giving the Bengals hope with that loss. I know. Who Reese's Cup. How do you feel about your Steelers? That was a close game. Was it 5 games in a row Steelers lost? But I'm, the only Black family in here. That's how we're feeling. That's how my husband and I, since you pointed it out, my coach is losing his mind. Oh my gosh. Imma tell you this, Reese's Cup, I like your coach. I'm not a Steelers fan, of course not. No, but I like the coach. Cowboys starting Trey Lance tomorrow. Oh! So, if y'all saw my thumbnail, My thumbnail says, "Forgive?" Wilson is back? I Russell Wilson? Are you talking about Russell Wilson? Don't he play for the Russell Wilson play for the Steelers? Does he? I mean, y'all help me with this. Well, I don't know if that's a good thing that he's back because didn't he lose, like, several games in a row? Oh my god, Reese's, I'm so sorry. Not sorry. She said, "Back to sucking." Lola said, "Back to sucking." Oh, that didn't look right. Okay, Rhonda. This could be McCarthy's last game, but we'll see if he makes it through. Michael Data says, "Had fun." Lola's laughing. I had so much fun. I called into, that number, and I called in, and I was there. My grandson was all over my head. I was at Mark, Holmes' call-in show, and I didn't say much, but I was there, and Leo was very respectful to me, and I appreciate that. You know, we all support teams, right? Uh, it's a game. It can be serious, but never in my right mind would I be using misogynist, racist words, right? And I didn't wanna give this person any power, and I won't. You know what I'm saying? "Oh, Reese's, you just can't help yourself. Cowboys still trash." Well, Reese's, you have several favorites, so that means you have plenty of things to lean on. I mean, you got the Eagles still and, you know, whatever. I love you all. Y'all are so much fun. Um, on my thumbnail says forgive, and I will have to forgive this person, and I'm gonna tell you how and why. Don't get it twisted. Let me skip to this real quick because I don't believe in teasing anybody. I'm not talking about forgiving someone and going at Reese's Cup, my favorite is the Steelers, but I pick all winners, blah, 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 blah. Um, I could forgive, and I'm gonna talk about that too, but does it mean that we're gonna be best friends? That we're gonna share ramen noodles and panties? No. It's for me to move forward, right? So, let me start off by reading and identifying what it means because when I was talking about earlier, if you missed it, so hubby is in the bed. Hubby is he's went to I don't know if he's asleep or not, but he's gone. Do you know what this means? It's time to party. Come on, baby, get on it. Come on, baby, get on it. Yeah. Ow. Ooh. Stop it with ASMR. Alice, I know Alice. Alice says she's a Giants fan. I know, I know, I know. I love you, Alice. I don't like your team. Even though the good thing about Giants is that guess what? Y'all got, like, first access to first draft pick. Seems like it's fair sometimes, and sometimes it just is not. I'm not the only Giants fan. Yeah, Alice. Alice is my hubby's cousin, y'all. For real. Alice Galloway. Such a beauty. Yes. Just love her. She's so much fun. She is. Yeah. I mean, she's just amazing. Even though Giants stink, but, I know Cowboys been stinking. I know they've been stinking at the place. But we are not as bad as the Giants, right? Asia says we won the last game, we don't have the first pick. Oh, really? Oh, oh, that did knock you all out, the Colts. Y'all beat the Colts, didn't you? Yeah. and can't take the New York out of me. I know, Allison. I love New York all the way. Oh my god, I had such a great time in New York. Great food. Oh my god. Great experiences. I gotta start posting some pictures of me and Andre, some more pictures of us, um, going to New York. It was just beautiful. We stayed at Manhattan, one of the tallest buildings there. One of the tallest, there's many, but we stayed at the one, um, rooftop, went on a rooftop, took pictures up there. It was just enjoyed it. It was beautiful. I enjoyed New York. I can't live there, but I would love to visit. When I was speaking earlier about bubble, oh, I know, I love that Junior's cheesecake. I can't live there. I know. Um, because the anxiety, um, I'm from the country, so what that means, I grew up in the country. Now, mind you, where we live now is kinda city-like because I have neighbors, but it'll give me anxiety because of the noise, the tall buildings. People are just like they're too close, it's like touching. When you're walking and going places, it's like, "Ooh, too close." Brings me chills. I'm like, "I gotta have my space." Michael Adonis says, "Commanders probably send McCarthy into the sunset with a loss tomorrow." Oh gosh. And Reese is that's what Michael Adonis says, and Reese says, "So you like." Oh, I know I love Connecticut. There's no doubt about that. Oh my gosh. And Asia says we have the suburbs. Oh, I know. Imma tell you something, if I was rich, I would definitely buy a house outside of New York on the countryside. There's no doubt. I would buy a house also in Paterson, New Jersey, where my husband is from. I would, because I would go there every summer or, yes, summer. I wouldn't go there during the wintertime. Maybe once in a while, not that much in the wintertime. Alice says, "Yes, miss, the Danbury, Fair." Oh, I wish Andrew was here. I gotta tell him about the Danbury Fair. Lois says, "Rhonda's backyard is a forest." Hell to the no, no. Yeah, so behind me, it's a beautiful pinewood forest, but the town that I live in, if you flew over it with a plane, you would see trees. We have lots of trees and foliage in what they call a city, which is a town, and I grew up around a forest, but forest to us is not danger. It's the city that has danger. Rhonda, you ready for chilly Texas weather tomorrow? Oh my gosh. There's a cold front, yes, it's coming down. I mean, we have all our groceries, freezer full of food, we have our backup stuff, you know, I mean, I have to remind Andre, make sure he fills up the tank full, make sure that his car is filled up full of gas. And I gotta remind him about that, but, he made some comfort food today. I saw that on the news, Asia, and just we gotta remember to turn on the hot faucet and the cold faucet handle, slow drip, hot not just cold water, hot water faucet, slow drip, and open up the cabinet doors under the sink. So, we wanna make sure we do that because God knows who wants to deal with that problem, right? I love the conversation. I love remember I shared with everybody, if you're new, welcome, I'm Rhonda. I'm with Rhonda's Lovely Sparks. And thank you all, and I've always said hello to people sitting in the cut because 'cause I've always said that. If there is someone when you open up the cabinet door and cover the pipes, exactly, it's gonna be 71 tomorrow, it's gonna be warm here tomorrow. Uh, if you have to go out, be careful, yes. Yes. Be very careful, especially unexpected black ice. That means here, you can't see it. You can't see it. You slip and fall, and that's dangerous, so I gotta remind that from my hubby too, because he goes out more. 31 degrees here. Oh, Alice? Alice, you're in Georgia? You in Georgia, Alice? I was trying to remember where everybody's from. I can't remember where everybody's from, actually. Keep asking. Um, yes, okay, and Asia says, 31 New York. Ooh, yeah. You know, we have wet weather, so, y'all might say, "Oh, y'all, Texas is warm." I mean, yeah, Texas don't get cold. As a matter of fact, our cold weather feels colder than in New York. Uh-huh, because we have a wet cold. We have ice. We have sleet. We don't have lots and lots of nice, just pure snow. We can have 3 to 6 inches of solid ice, and the wind chill factor will be in the teens easily. Ask my hubby, he's a New Jersey man. He's like, yeah, he gets it. He gets it. Alice, my cousin, a Steelers fan living in Georgia. Oh, okay. That's cool. A bit of news for me, I'm no longer living in Virginia. Yay, Mike, did you move, honey? Did you move, Mike Aldana? I call him my honey, you know why? 'Cause he's my darling, and you know what? That came from my grandmother said it. It's no disrespect, it's not a Texas thing. The women in my family from my mother's side, they call people darlings, and they were just so sweet. I just when you're dear to my heart, I will find the most sweetest words to call you. This is how it is. I do. Y'all making the conversation so light, and I love that because I was feeling a little anxiety because when I post on the community tab. Yay! Mike is in Texas! Down here in Texas, just like you. Hey, baby! Oh my god, that is so great. Mike is in Texas. Oh. Alice says, "I miss living in Texas, though." Yeah, Texas is beautiful. Where we live is called East Texas, and East Texas and I say because this is what my father taught me and my family and me just growing up around here, is that it has a little bit of everything beautiful. It has the piney woods, it has wildlife, it has a lot of lakes and rivers, and you can actually live off the land. Alice said she was in Spring, Texas, and Texas is really hot. No, Texas what's great about Texas, we have our eateries, our restaurants, and things that accommodate the hot climate. So they have, like, these nice fans with water and the cooling systems here, so it really adds to, the convenience of living here. It'll be hot outside, but then you learn, guess what? No, you do your work or your gardening in the morning, when 11 or noon comes, guess what? Get inside, and guess what? You're inside and there's air conditioning. So you learn to live with it, but we have the piney woods, we have the wildlife here and the wild birds and, just the different species of birds and the clean air, clean water, you know? I mean, those are wonderful things, um that we have here that complements us a lot. And Mike Aldana says, "Over here in Fort Worth," and then Mike said, "You live near." Aisha says, "Mike, do you live near Dallas?" And Mike says, "Texas seasons." Fickle it is, fickle. Just hang around, you get a little piece of everything. You get a piece of Canada, California, Austin, Mexico, New York. You get a piece of everything. It's that beautiful. It really is, it really is. Welcome back to Texas, Mike Aldana. I'm so excited. I'm so excited you're in Texas with me. Oh, so excited. Um, avocados from Mexico. Oh my gosh. Trump better stop talking about, our family. They are our family in Mexico. I'm in Texas. The Mexican heritage and the Hispanic heritage is our family. So, what that means in a bolder statement is that you see beautiful people like that who have so many businesses that will give you the shirt off their back to help you if anything happens. And plus, I love Mexican food too. Oh my god! Once you find a great Mexican place, you never habanero, habanero, uh, tamales are my favorite. Oh my lord, yes. And, Michael Dow says, "I'm close by, I'm getting a fresh start." I'm so happy for you, Mike, because Fort Worth is where we used to live. We used to live in Bedford, Texas, which is right outside of Fort Worth. It's considered Fort Worth. And Lola says, "Mike, was that a big move job and all?" Asia says, "Lola, the Rams in the playoffs." And Lola said, "Habanero, you can handle that?" "Girl, I can handle that heat." And it's not as a lot of habanero, but it is a smidgen on the hotter side, and it's so, 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 so good, girl. Ooh, might have habanero tamales tomorrow. Mm. And Tracy L hey, Tracy Lee. Oh, Tracy, thank you for the email. I'm gonna use, a piece of that footage, in our next, movie watch party, and plus I wanted to come here. I didn't have a movie watch party today because I've just been resting, relaxing, having some very close bonding time with my hubby, with my head, you know what I'm saying? Resting. Trying to conjure up some new creative juices and just enjoying some time off and trusting that I'm gonna always have movie watch parties because I know it's medicinal and I know it's fun, but also I know, wow, like tonight, I can go live 'cause, it's Saturday, right? It's 11:59 PM here in Texas right now, Central Standard Time. Shout out again to Tracy Lee Williamson. Oh, he was our Santa Claus. He was Rhonda's lovely spark Santa for December. Thank you so much for the material and your voiceover and everything and making, our channel, so Christmassy. Um, and then Lola says, "Yes, so I buy them already made." Now, let me share this with you. There's one called Zwally Tamales. Zwally is in Louisiana. Zwole. Hi, Mothra. I don't know if you saw her tail. Hi, Mothra. Zwally, Louisiana. Oh my gosh, talking about eyes rolling at the back of your head. Well, we have the Natchitoches meat pies too from Natchitoches, Louisiana, right? Because Louisiana, tacos, right? Mexican flavors, Cajun, all that. So, Lola, the biggest Ram fan. Wait, let me read what's going on in the chat room. Asia, yes, they are. If they play the Eagles, I hope they take them. Wait, let me scroll up. Okay. So Michael Donna says there were some circumstances that made it difficult to stay in Virginia. Well, welcome home, baby. Welcome home. So glad that you're near us. There, maybe we can go out to eat one day if we're in your neck of the woods. Maybe we can go out and eat. We can me, hubby, and you, and whoever that you're with, or whoever, Martha. We can go to like have a what do you call rooftop dining or something. Fort Worth has some really, really good rooftop dining. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then I wanted to scroll up and Alice Galloway said, "Need 2 sets of keys for your car. Turn on car for 5 minutes before you go out, then run out, jump in car. Park as close to where you want to go. Run into the cool and bring extra shirt when you get sweaty." Thank you, Alice. My husband's car is parked right outside where we can see it by our windows while we don't wanna move again. We kinda really love where we are because we can also see our car, right? And it's close, and it's comfortable as we age, we can get to the car and come back. As a matter of fact, I need to buy some salt too, put on the sidewalks and stuff so hubby can, walk safely. Thank you, Alice, for those great tips. Yes, Alice is in New York. New York, New York, New York. What's the song? Oh my god. Y'all gonna have me in a singing mood. You know how I am when I be singing. Oh, let's see. I remember hubby and I went to Hudson River, and they have this, like, boardwalk type incredible walkway out there that's so beautiful, and, there is, trying to find it here, New York lyrics. Always Alicia Keys is coming up in New York. And I remember when hubby took me to the Hudson River, right? And it's right outside of we were right outside of the new World Trade Center that they built, that we also took a tour of. I was out there and I was singing, and I just all of a sudden I've shared that before. Lola, like you, like, "Oh my god, I gotta catch up with y'all out there in the chat room, what?" Start spreading the news. You're leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York, your vagabond shoes. They are longing to stay and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in that city that doesn't sleep and find your king of the hill, top of the heap. Your small town blues, they're melting away. I'm just probably singing it off tune. You always make it there. You'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York. New York. I remember singing it, the Hudson River. I remember singing that Frank Sinatra, baby, Frank Sinatra, baby. Oh, yeah, I love that song puts chills on me, is why I love singing it. I sung it live, I was there, people were surrounding me, people were, like, doing their heads, like, liking it. I mean, being in New York just made me just start singing. I think I shared a picture of that too. Um, Scrolling up, making sure I catch everybody. Lola said she buy them already made. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to expand on. So, they have people that travel from Louisiana and will drop off, like, the Zawali tamales. I mean, they're so freaking good. I love tamales. I used to have someone in Fort Worth, that made them, and I'm not there anymore, and I'd always buy them from her. But yeah, yeah, I love them. And Tracy Lee says, "Was resting brushed sidewalk of snow." Oh, I'm glad you got your rest, Tracy, and it looks like, you had to brush out the sidewalk, and Lola went, "Meow, meow." And then, uh, Reese's Cup said, "Lola, not gonna happen." Oh, 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 oh. And then Reese's Cup says, "Hi, Marlene and Joe." Who's Marlene and Joe? What'd I miss? Tracy Lee says, "Hi, Asia." Reese's Cup. Lola Cup says, "Asia, you tripping. I'm not a Rams fan." And Alice Gully, did they have starch farms where you are, Rhonda? Stra Okay, so what's I'm trying to see what Alice said. Do they have Strack? Stretch? I'm trying to make sure I could try to read you all. Farms. Let me come back to that because I'm trying to wanna make sure I answer your question right. I know. It's just I'm so behind in the comments. Um, and then Asia says, Lola, I know. I said that because you probably root for them to beat the Eagles. And then Lola says, "Only a team is the Dodgers, LA Sparks and USC I root for." And then, Mike Aldana says, "I've been away from Texas, so things have definitely changed." They have, and they're so amazing. Oh my god. Fort Worth is beautiful. Fort Worth is beautiful. 14 degrees, Tracy says. Asia says, "Lola, you like college basketball?" And Michael Dan says, "I left Texas in the fall 2018, pre-pandemic until now, 2025. Happy New Year to Mike starting over." And then Lola says, "Asia, what I watched the USC, women's basketball, Juju is nice." Tracy Lee says, "On to the boardwalk." Asia says, "No, I remember the Sparks with Lisa Leslie. I don't know who is on there now." Asia says, "Frank Sinatra, baby." And she says, "That song played at Yankee Stadium every time they win." Oh my gosh. I have chills when I hear that song. Witchcraft, my Frank Sinatra. Reese's Cup is laughing. Alice Galloway, your other cousins. And Asia says, Rhonda's so behind on the comments. And Reese says, "Yeah, she is. So did I catch up?" So, what were you saying, Alice, when you said farms? What kind of farms were you speaking about? I know we have a lot of ranches out here. We have a lot of farms. So, ask me again. I think I might have didn't say it correctly. Probably what you meant. I know I was behind. I was behind in my chat. Did I catch up? Oh my god. Let me make sure. Top chat. Let me click that live chat. Okay, looks like I'm caught up, right? Hopefully. Looking at the poll says, is asking, has anybody experienced racism? 75% says yes, and 25% says no. Yes. Um, so Alice, tell me what Reese's Marlene and Joe are your other cousins. Marlene and Joe? I don't know what that is. I don't see that it's a dig on Cowboy South. Oh, per Alice. Oh, Alice. Okay. And then Alice says farm, and they had a restaurant that had the best potato salad. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Uh, let me look it up. Let's see if this is it. There's a place that has some incredible potato salad, and it's well known for that and really great food, and I don't know why it's not popping up here. It'll probably come to my mind. If it does, I'll make sure I'll post it. Um, I think it starts with an S. That's interesting. I was just looking through, I love taco salads. Me too. Don't like racism. Tracy Lee says me neither. And then per Alice and don't like yeah, and I may have misspelled it wrong. I mean, we might if you I'm trying to think. I wish Andre was here, he could help me with it, but you said our cousins. Let me know, and we would love to go visit since our cousins are there. Seriously, since our cousins are there. 'Cause, Andre and I used to travel a lot for food. I mean, really, we used to travel a lot and write reviews and stuff. Keep the chat coming, by the way. If I'm talking about something, y'all know me. The chat room is the cherry on top. By the way, Rhonda got the girls out. I swear, let me fix my shirt. What is going on here? Good lord. Ba-ba-da, 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 ba da bum, ga ga bum, bum, ga bum, bum, ga bum, bum, ga bum. bomb. Oh, Lola, yeah, and then, Lola's laughing over there. Y'all made me laugh today. Gosh, this chat room is so healing. Whew. Yeah, so when you have people that if you have a YouTube channel, hugs are better. Yes, naughty Rhonda coming out. Yeah, yeah. Happy sleep. We're gonna get nasty. Can't believe I did that on Rhonda being silly. I know I can't believe I did that on Laughter is Good for the Soul. Booyah! I can't believe that I did that. When I did it on the call-in show, I was there, and then you know how your face shows up when you're in the call-in show? Mark, I'm there, like, toward the end. Look at the last hour, last 30 minutes, and I'm like, "It's time to get mad," and when I did that, an angry cowboy had that look like, "Mm." I'm like, "I'm acting silly," and you I mean, am I misinterpreting that maybe I was being lusted after? My hubby was like, "Yeah, Rhonda." Neil was there. They seemed to really enjoy me. It made me feel good. I was very nervous. Lola said she missed it. Boom, sugar, boom, pow, pow, boom, boom, boom. That's right. That's right. Aza said she missed it, y'all. Check it out. My grandbaby's all over my neck and my head. I said, "Well, let me go in the corner." But this is say Leo was very nice. He's respectful. Um, you know, you can have someone that you don't like their team. It's because Andre sleep. Mike, I'm so happy Mike is in Texas. Wow, you don't seem so far away anymore. Well, Texas needs you. Texas needs you, especially your vote. Um, yeah, just had me laughing. Someone was in the background, brown sugar bubble up. Mike, I think she would do it anyway. Wait, let me see what y'all said. "Booyah," and then Mike goes, "Is it because Andre sleep?" I would do it anyway. I would because, you know, if I'm gonna make my hubby laugh, he just goes crazy. I mean, my hubby and Alice knows her cousin. Hubby is jokes a lot. He plays a lot, and that's what made me fall in love with him too, right? 'Cause he's such so much fun. Well, he met his match, even though I think he's so much better than me with the funniness and the comedy, but he thinks I'm funny. So I'm like, "Really?" He says, "I make the craziest faces," and I'm not trying to make crazy faces. It's just my I guess, genetics. Yeah, Alice says, "Yes, Dre is great." He is. I'm so fortunate, and I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know. Hubby got me these pink roses, and I'm not fronting about that, and Alice and Andre are first cousins, by the way. So they know each other, and he'll tell you, you know, she'll tell you, you know, "I married a really incredible man," you know, and we have honestly an incredible marriage. We ain't who has time to fake the funk? Speaking about bad words, which I haven't well, I've used one. Here's a swear jar, Tracy Lee. Tracy Lee. I got the swear jar, and I'm gonna write on there "swear jar," take a note, and today I said a bad word, and I put $1 in it. It's a small jar. It's a small jar. So I'm working on Tracy. Shout out to Tracy Lee Williamson for giving me some advice, so here it is. And this makes me stand correct because guess what? You all send me cash apps, and I can't be just wasting money away, even though the money is going to go to the animal shelter here. But if you all sending money to me, I need to show you all where I'm investing the money in the channel and to the cats, right? So I have to be more responsible with my language, and that puts me in my place. Thank you, um, Tracy Lee Williamson. Uh, brown sugar bubble, Lola says, "Mike, I think she would do it anyway." Asia says, "Mike, could see the Cowboys now." Reese's Cup is laughing. Alice Galloway says, "Yes, Dre is great." That's her nickname, that's Dre. Andre's nickname is Dre. The ones who know him very close, they call him Dre. Asia says, "Hubby not the jealous type." No. Ask Alice. Mm-mm. My hubby is fine as wine. He's secure. That's one thing that made me really fall in love with him too, is because he's a very secure man, and he loves me shining. It's like he's like Andre's like a billionaire that would sit back and just want me to shine with all my diamonds. He wants me to be at my happiest, and I love him, so I know where to draw the line and go, I respect my husband, right? And I'll play with some things, but he loves me to shine. He wants me to live my fullest life, and he knows that I'm gonna give him the most ultimate respect because I love him that much. I love him more than much. I love him more than the world. That's the truth. Very fortunate. Um, and then Michael now says, "It's been a rough 3 weeks up until now getting back home." Yeah, Mike, like Lola said, Mike, sorry, Mike, that it's been rough for you. If you want to, we could talk about that later privately if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, I'm here, okay? Um, I'm just so glad that you're here. I mean, I know Texas is pretty big, but just to when I say here, we look at Texas as family too, and I'm glad you got away from Virginia because if I know Virginia by through family members, it's rough, and, with the election, how it turned out, it's become more confident in other ways, right? Um, and then Tracy Lee says, "Yep, yep, yeah, the swear jar." Roger Lista, I love you, baby. Oh, she says, "I love that top, thank you." It is, a very beautiful, soft house dress, and it has this crochet knitted type I could bring the thing lower, but, you know, don't don't wanna reveal too much. See how modest I am? I mean, yeah, I'm married. I respect my marriage. Okay, forget it. Let me just show you all of it. Kidding, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's soft, it's crocheted, it's soft against my skin. It's a maxi dress, and it goes to my ankles. It's so comfortable because grandbaby's here, so I gotta, make sure I'm wearing soft material or I could stretch and, feel comfortable getting around and doing things. Um, so thank you, Nodulista, and Mike Aldan says, "Are you including the $30 prior?" No, no, I'm not. I'm not, Mike. I'm not including I think it went up to $45, so I was saying, like, I'm gonna start January today, actually, but the deal was to start January 1st because it wasn't fair to really start a swear jar on the day Cowboys was playing Eagles. Okay? Really? $45. I said, "That's not fair. That's not fair." For me. So I'm working on that, y'all. I have a swear jar. Here it is. And we don't keep cash in the house, so Holly went and got me some ones. So hopefully this is all I won't need this, right? I'm not one of those YouTubers that flash my cash. Those are $1 bills, okay? I don't do that. Uh, so Tracy Lee says, "I got a cousin swears a lot." I look, before I met hubby, I used to didn't cuss that much. I'm not saying because I married hubby, he's making me cuss. But there's some since I've been with hubby, I'm talking about in my personal life, there's been some overcoming of a lot of, adversity, and so there's things I've just had to let out and express myself. Now I need to tie it back in, I need to pull it back in, you know what I'm saying? And then I wanna work on that as one of my resolutions. Nodulissa says, "I can't wait to get my hair done. I can't wait to get your hair done too, baby." And then Lola's like, "Get them dollars out." "What?" "Yeah, I got them." I better not do that. I just could never stand on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok with flashing her mama. I'm not one of those people. Asia says, "I'm being naughty." Maybe. Maybe. Tracy Lee says, "Dance to the music." Girl needs that what? Need that money. Need that money. What? Never been to a stripper bar. Never a stripper bar, is that what they call 'em? Stripper club? I just don't think I could handle that. And the reason why I said I can't, it's not because I will lust for them. I just don't like that. I mean, I might seem like to be a naughty girl in a not nasty world. Oh, strip club, yeah. But it just doesn't do nothing for me, like porn. It doesn't do anything. I mean, I haven't watched porn in since the '90s. And it was because I was studying things, right? Sexuality and things like that, not because I was addicted, no. I started being so creative in the '90s when I watched porn, is that I started getting upset, and I said, "Dang, I'm going to be a if I was a producer, I could write stuff better than that." I hated the fact, and I'm not kidding, I hated the fact that there's no quality storyline, and I said, "If I ever produced or wrote or directed a porn movie, it's gonna have quality story." I mean, it seems like all the storylines see, I think too deep, right? 'Cause I know people saying, "Well, Rhonda, porn is not for that. Porn is for whatever." But do you know what kinda market that will bring if I was a director with quality porn that has a storyline? That's the problem, dude. I mean, are you saying that no one out there will buy it? I think so. Has some quality. Tracy Lee says no. Okay. Tracy Lee said to the point. No. Okay. Okay. And then isn't that soft porn? Yeah, but I think I could be successful in that. Not me being a participant, a director or writer, because it's lame. It's so lame. It's so lame. And I'm just not in that 'cause it doesn't really do anything for me whatsoever. And it could be because I do my own thing. Being creative, I'm talk you know, so maybe I'm too intellectual for that level. Sheltered. Yeah, I do believe Tracy Lee sheltered. I think Tracy Lee, you're sheltered? I think so. We can have adult conversations, I'm tasteful. I'm tasteful. I'm messing with my ears a lot, aren't I? And I'm messing with my ears? Do I get nervous when heck, what's wrong with me? Get it together, Rhonda. Oh my god, stop it. Okay, so Alice Galloway goes, "Men strippers!" And Tracy Lee says, "No, I'm naive." And Reese's Cup says, "Yeah, right, Tracy." And Tracy Lee says, "Sheltered." Alice Galloway, LOL. Reese's Cup goes, "Okay." Alice says, "You can't hang with us, Tracy." Tracy's a sweetheart. You love my Tracy. It just gets kinda borderline sometimes. I'm like, "What? Okay, I like that." Hey, if you're gonna be around like Rhonda's lovely Sparks, don't get Sparks twisted. Sparks means what it means. You're gonna get a spark. I've never been to a strip club. I've never been to either. I don't think same for me. One thing has religion has nothing to do with it. I just don't want anybody grinding on me and stuff like that. I just not a stranger. Because my husband has turned me out. He satisfies me fully. And sometimes, it just gets to a point where it's like nothing else does anything for me that, when you're turned out by someone that you really love, nothing else matters, right? If your nose is wide open, you're like, nothing. Even I see guys, like on certain movies, all those muscles, okay. But I'm like, it doesn't do nothing for me. So, Tracy Lee says, "Grandma and grandpa, boy, yes, you are, Tracy." That's why I think Tracy definitely loves being around us because I don't get into that. I get into adult things, mature things that we all can relate to, but I don't think I'm tasteless. I think I'm very tasteful. Yeah, pat on my back because 'cause I'm married. I love my marriage, I respect my man, and I'm not afraid to talk about life. You know what I'm saying? Alice Galloway says, I have just for the experience, didn't stay long." What's it name? Alice. Alice hubby took her. That's the safest person to go with. I know, I'm like, this is like and I'm not saying it like I have experience. I'm saying it because from what I've seen on TV, okay, from movies, I'm like, "I don't want you popping your thing there like that. No, 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 no." I mean, it doesn't do nothing for me. And one thing, I respect myself because I don't wanna start something I can't stop. Because I understand I'm a sponge, right, and I overthink things. So, I don't I don't wanna even go there. Y'all feeling me? I have addictive behaviors. I mean, if I become intellectually stimulated through cream soda and cherries and poetry and spoken word and music turns me out, that my husband's voice turns me on, and when he cooks, it seriously turns me on. I'm not talking about in a sick, pervertish way, okay? I'm just saying, I've always been into the intellectual stimulation things. So, okay, I'm talking too much. Oh, oh. Lola says, "Women go crazy." I swear, girl. I know, Lola. Money flies too fast there. And then Alice says, "It wasn't like the movies." Yes, Lola, the women are wild, Reese's says. Michael Dad says, "I got those experiences strip clubs out of my system in my mid-20s." I know Michael Dana, it's real reserved, and I love that. Let me tell you something. What turned me on about my husband is being, like, chilled and having control. And and when I saw that personality in him, where he was chilled and secure and how he dressed and how he smelled and just all that, I'm like, "Damn." He knew. He knew. Hey, he's like, "I got it." And so when he sees me, he wants me to shine. I mean, he wants me to glow, right? He wants me to live my best life, and what that means is he knows I have respect for myself, right, and him. But also he knows that we laugh about things too, that we're both mature and that we can laugh about life and not feel so oppressed and suppressing ourselves. I mean, it's our lungs. I don't believe that I'm gonna die and come back, so let me just live my life, my best life, because it's not like I'm living such a rowdy, lifestyle. I'm not. I'm with my one man, he's with me, his one woman, and it's beautiful, you know? It's beautiful. So Lola's got the ear. So that was really what did it for me was he was, he was he loved and he still today, I mean, even more so, but he loves traveling, he loves his family, he has a sexy voice, um, very secure and confident in himself, uh, he has that pizzazz around him, and, he's and what happened when he's like that and very respectful and takes me out to the park and holds my hand and all of that, it made me want him more, Wasn't like tongue hanging out his mouth, wandering eye type crap. Alice Galloway. So Alice Galloway says he got that from his dad. Thank you for telling me about that because I never had the honor to meet his dad, but I've had a dream about him, and the dream that I had, my sister-in-law, Miss TR, she was like, "Rhonda, the dream you had is how my dad is, and the teal colored metal vintage table and me fixing him biscuits and hot, fresh coffee." She said, "Rhonda, that's what he likes, right?" So, I end up probably channeling him not probably, I know I was channeling Andre's father in my dream, right? And in my dream, it wasn't fake. In the dream, it was very real, and he had this biggest smile and so beautiful, and he seemed to adore me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see how I'm expressing it? It's like I really meant it, right? Through the dream. I have these dreams, right? My dream speaks up the future too, you know? And that's Imma see his dad, because he's earned his angel wings, but something, I do believe in spiritual things, I do believe in feelings, I do believe in things, and I feel with Andre, and he has that spirit in him and those genetics and those genes that it's going to affect me because of our love for one another, so it's going to shine. Um, and Alice is like, "Yeah," you know? I didn't have the I wish I had the honor, but being around hubby and then talking about his dad and having things around him that reminds him of his dad and watching the war movies and having the movie watch parties where it reminds my husband of his childhood and watching TV with his dad, right? All there's a math to what I do. There's a science behind it. Um, he sent me a message. Exactly, Alice. 'Cause I felt it, I've shared my dream with you all before, right? And my dreams are very vivid, um, and he was there, he was at the table, and I made some buttermilk hot biscuits, big giant country biscuits, and fixed some fresh coffee, and I don't know what was on the table, I didn't remember putting any cream or sugar or doing any of that extra stuff. I made the coffee from a gas white stove, it was a gas stove, and it was an old-fashioned coffee grinder thing, and I got the hot water, and I made it the old-fashioned way, and I poured him coffee. I don't remember the mug, but I know it was an old vintage mug. I poured him hot coffee, and I made him 2 huge fresh biscuits from the oven, just fluffy biscuits, and he was grinning, and he was the happiest man in the world, right? And I knew in the dream Andre was there even though I didn't see him, but having that bonding moment with Andre's husband I mean, Andre's husband Andre's father was an amazing feeling, and it made me feel like I met him. Even though I've never met him, I feel like I've really met him. Alice says, "Andre reminds me of my dad too." Oh, Alice, and you said he sent me a message. That's it. Hercular kettle, yes, that's it. And it was metal, like V at the top, E at the bottom, like A at the and V at the top, and I've never made coffee in that. But whatever it is, I was channeling him, and it was beautiful, and, I hear Andre talk I always encourage him talking about his dad and his family and everybody. It's why I bring things around him to remind him of Paterson, New Jersey, to bond him with family and friends. I love him where I love the things he loves, and it matters to me to bring to him in life, and bring to him live the things he loves, right? Because to see that shine and that glow, I remember on his birthday, I took him on a plane ride in Fort Worth, North Carolina, and it was at a museum. It was a warplane museum, vintage warplane. He didn't know where it was. I surprised him. So I just, gave him the, GPS information, and he was surprised. I told him how to dress, casual, comfortable. And so the surprise was that we got on a World War II vintage warplane, and it took us up in the air, and it took us, like an hour around Fort Worth. And my husband was amazed, and that was a dream I wanted for him that came true. It was a ride on a World War II vintage plane. So, 'cause he's a war historian, so my husband is a war historian, he loves that. So, and then Alice says he got it from his dad, and Mike says Andre didn't want to drown his sorrows through some psycho Karens. And then Alice says, "Yes," and he sent you a message. Alice says, "Andre reminds me of my dad." Oh, how sweet is that? Alice, I know hubby's told me that, but do you wanna share with me your father's name? Because your father, that would be Andre's father's brother, right? Yeah, I'm thinking. Mm. And Michael Donna says, "Richard, okay. I wanna talk about him when Andre gets up. I wanna talk about that." I know he's mentioned it. And Richard was Andre's father's brother? Oh, his nephew. Okay, okay. I would like to do a family tree, because 'cause I'm a visual person, so if I have it in front of me, I could see it all together. It's like, I remember, Aunt Mary and her husband and, at the Uncle Vincent and went and visited everybody and, I remember that, but I think I have to, like, actually, watch it, like, have it in front of me, on the wall, and have a map. Um, and then Tracy And then Michael Dad says women tend to fall in love with men who remind them of their father and vice versa. Andre is just a very strong man. He's very strong. Yes, I met Selma. I met her before she had moved, and that was a beautiful experience. Um, it was so amazing that Aunt Selma, her health was very poor, and she gave everything she got to go up those stairs. And when she came back down, I believe she gave Andre $50, and she said, "You take this." And she made him take it. Andre did not want to take it. And I knew when she did that, that would probably be the last time we'd see her. But she glowed. When she met us, she was glowing so beautifully that she gave all she could to go up and down those stairs. She gave it all up to do that. You said that was your partner in crime, really? Oh, I love being around her. Oh, yes, I did, I did. I just love your family. I'm closer to your family than I am mine. Just that you know, I love my family, I love my family. Um, and Alice is saying, "Now I want some coffee." And then Tracy's like, "2-cup pot here." Vroom. So, if anybody doesn't know, Tracy Lee Williamson loves coffee too. Alice says, "Richard, Noah's nephew, did you meet his cousin?" "Yes, and that was my partner in crime. We love you too." "Thank you, Alice. I love you too." I mean, I'm so embraced, by Andre and his family, and it really had especially mama, I call her mama, Andre's mother, um, really, um, honestly, mama was closer to me than my biological mother. It's hard for me. I'm getting, like, teary, because I haven't really grieved mama, her aiming her a earning her angel wings. I haven't really grieved her. So, I just put her in a special place in my heart, and that's where she is. I haven't grieved her, as far as not having her anymore, you know? So, I don't look at it like that, and that's how I live with that, but trust me when I say I was closer to her, I'm not trying to be mean or trying to sin in any way against my mother. I love my mother from afar. I'm estranged from her for good reasons, but Audrey's mother was a part of my life, a very important part of my life that really helped me evolve as a woman, as a daughter, as a full-fledged woman, and human being, and she really just, like, lifted me up with her strong hands, and she just let me fly like a dove, and that's the way I could describe it. And I loved listening to her and talking to her. I just love it all, you know? And Tracy Lee Williams says, "My first plane ride was to get Uncle form from" okay, Uncle from the Navy, was 7, but Aunt said I was 6. Oh, and you got on free. Can you imagine? And it's cool. Like I said, my husband is a war historian, and I really want to, do a month of war movies, because he loves he tell me everything about war. Alice says, "You are in our family for a reason." Oh my goodness. I feel that. I mean, and I know everyone is watching, and I love for you all to be a witness to what we're talking about, but it's a big thing. It's higher. It's God, it's Jesus Christ, it's spiritual, it's something very, very special. And like I said, husband and I met on Facebook. Yes, we met on Facebook. Uh-huh. And we were ready. It's like, "I'm ready." We met each other, it's just perfect. Most easiest, most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It was no conflict, no problem, just perfect. And man, that's how things worked out. Man, such a gentleman. He took me out, he opened up the car door, he took me to the park, and we had sentimental conversations, and it's just like it was yesterday. "Look up when you are down." Thank you, Tracy Lee. I tell you what's amazing, my name is Rhonda, and I'm shouting out to everybody who's peeping in. Dating through social media was taboo. It was very taboo, and when we met, it was, like, what, 15 years ago, right? And that was taboo. So, we did something that was, like, very non-conforming. It was more on a spiritual thing than any We talked on the phone for a whole full year before we met, almost a full year. It was a full year. Then we got engaged, and we were engaged for about a year, and then we got married. Um, and so that I just say that, I let people know, "Hey, this is real," and, I do wanna share with people, I'm gonna be here for a couple hours, 1 hour and 28 minutes into my life. My name is Rhonda with Rhonda's Lovely Sparks, and if I see you all are sitting in the cut, I can't see who's sitting in the cut, but if you are sitting in the cut, please smash that like, and I can tell that you have smashed that like because my likes are up. Um, and when I said I was going to talk about this topic, I think I could make this into a fresh, friendly topic that's not boring or intimidating or sep about separating us, right? That I can have a friendly conversation that can help not only me, but I think it help others, and you all engaging with me, it can help me, and whoever's sitting in the cut, it could help them, okay? And then, Tracy Lee said 7 for heaven. Um, and what I wanted to share is what racist means, 'cause I really feel that a lot of people, they fight so hard to argue with you and tell you that they are not racist. They'll shout, they'll spit in your face, they'll do the act, and they'll make you to convince themselves they're proving to themselves in their head a lie. And it happened a lot during the election. We can see people evidently did and say things, even caught on cell phone and blasted through all the internet, uh, sites that they had the Karens and the Darrens exposed. And we're talking about all complexions can be racist, but we feel that when you go with one complexion, then it's because of their voice is stronger, Trump. Their title is stronger with the money and the media attention and the traction that they get with it. And when they have that kind of forum or they have that kind of vehicle, then they could reach more people that think like them, right? So I feel that there is a lot of people that they were in a heartbeat go, "I'm not racist." And there's many reasons. One of my number one reason is saying, because you live in a bubble. You're in this bubble for so long that you can't see it. You've convinced yourself in this bubble that you are not racist. I'm gonna talk about maybe there's some things that we could talk about on how to deal with, how do we forgive racist, right? How do we I don't know if we do we wanna know how we can help racist? I might talk about that tonight. I might talk about some things that a person could be peeping into this room right now listening because he's been around, and maybe I could help that person, not because I'm obligated to help them, but because maybe what I say can probably bring some spark, because maybe they don't know what that means. But they're saying and doing it because they've been indoctrinated, because they're around friends, they're around circles that say this trash, and maybe because this person was so young that they heard it and saw it, because the people that they were around, they respected and looked up to, and they didn't see them as racist because they loved them and they respected and they looked up to them. That they're just not a racist. And it could be just that great possibility that they just don't know what it means, or probably that they know what it means, but they don't give a swaply. Okay, I'm trying not to cuss. They don't give a flatulence flag that they're just cruel people, right? There's different kinds, right? I'm gonna talk about that real quickly. Where it becomes fun to talk about it, where it becomes comfortable to talk about it, where it feels comfortable to be transparent, where it feels comfortable to be able to go to sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow knowing you feel better because of this conversation, that you can leave this conversation tonight feeling better about yourself and about your surroundings. That's what my spark is about. And Tracy Lee says, Mike Aldana says, "MyMatch.com to Tinder and etcetera has been normalized." Yeah, and I don't there's a lot of stuff. I would like to do a live show just talking about that, to be honest with you. I think that'll be spicy. Um, Tracy Lee says, "They don't know or understand." They don't. It's a serious brainwash because what comes with it is a lot of ignorance, and if you call people like that, who think like that, ignorant, then they feel more insulted, right? Than really I mean, they're very confident in their space. devil roams around, right. You get to a point where you really feel comfortable in a position like that, where you actually want to harm somebody, and I posted it in my, I got just kinda drifted away for a second. I posted in my community tab that conversation, and I didn't wanna put that person's name up there because I didn't wanna give that person any power, because this is not about him. This is about, can we forgive a racist, and what does that mean in the process? And I'm gonna provide some tools that I've learned, not that I know everything, but I have generated a script here and some notes that I've written down. I keep looking down because I have some notes here that I've written down that I've been learning, because even though I'm 58 years old and I feel that I have a lot of life experiences, still I gotta keep shining my silver because I don't know everything. We always have to upgrade when it comes to understanding life, cultures, behavior, patterns, people blowing up a Tesla in front of a Trump Plaza with fireworks, which does not resemble to them terrorism. It resembles a strong statement that they are celebrating because they use fireworks and not a bomb or a gun, right? That they used the celebratory things, like celebratory, which happened this week, right? The celebratory Tesla that resembles Elon Musk, who owns TikTok, by the way, that he calls what, X now, and he blew it up in front of this Trump Plaza something in Vegas. So I knew from day one that had nothing to do with some terrorist, because a terrorist attack would be doing harm on some, it was celebratory. So we didn't find out later he was a Trump supporter, right? There's a lot of damage that's been done. I'm not trying to get Trump power, because I know people who are listening in, not in the chat room, but people can listen into my lives and not be subscribed. People can come to my YouTube channel and subscribe, and I have no way of getting rid of them because YouTube is not set up that way. I could block them, but it only blocks them from me seeing what they're saying. I wanna see what they're saying on my channel. That's why I haven't blocked a few, unless it gets too bad. Um, but maybe I could bring some calm to the situation and identifying, and it's the bubble effect. It's the suffrage of the bubble effect. A racist is someone who believes that certain races are inherently superior or inferior to others. If people, they've been hearing the racist word, and for whatever reason, they go, "I'm not racist," but they're quickly to defend themselves, but they're not really understanding what it means. This often leads to discrimination, it often leads to prejudice and unfair treatment based on race. Racism can manifest in various forms, including individual racism, which I had experienced. I was in the air that Tracy Lee Williams said. Individual racism, which means personal beliefs, attitudes, and actions that reflect prejudice or discrimination against people based on their race. So, for example, if someone is in a YouTube chat room and they feel comfortable there and they feel I'm at home because there are like minds together, and they feel comfortable saying, "Oh, our moderators don't time out those soft moderators in Mark Holmes' chat room, but they're soft, but over here we're not soft because we don't believe in a cancel culture." Well, this person out people like that out there are failing to understand that when you think like that, you're thinking racist, and you're being a racist because you have put yourself above others, and you feel genetically and through your color that you are better and that you look down on others because of their skin and their the complexion, and they're the first to say, "I'm not racist," but yet when someone is checking their mailbox and someone walks up to you and questions a person of color, that, "What are you doing here? What's your address?" Because they feel privileged and entitled. That's a racist, and could be possibly in the bubble that they're in, that they're so shrouded with brainwash, infatuation, with the idea of feeling better than others, blowing smoke up their ass to make them feel like a balloon where they can fly higher than everybody else and look down on people that they call refugees or running over here across the border, but they feel superior because they were born in America. It's not that's not what it's supposed to make you feel like when you're a good citizen. It's like going through whatever laws you need to go through, right? To get your paperwork to become relevant and get a piece of the pie, the fair in a fair way to you, right? So you can earn your Social Security when you get a certain age. That's what it's about. Get your paperwork. But when you see people that are calling Mexicans crossing the border, I talk about this because 'cause I'm in Texas. I understand the language. And you call people like that, these words that, "Oh, all of them are R's." They are M's. I can't say the full word, right? That they are all siphoning. What people fail to realize is that in this country, there are special funds set aside for people who are running away, seeking asylum, are set aside. But if you get lots of people, and I say Mexicans because 'cause they're proud Mexicans, they're from Mexico, it's their heritage, and a Republican gets and uses his money not his money, taxes to fly Mexicans to Chicago and dump them off by plane or bus, or dump them off at Martha Vineyards because these places are predominantly blue states, Democrats, liberals, and that you put the blame and the pressure on a town and say they have these people dumped on them because they don't wanna change policy, but yet we can clearly say that Biden did a proposal on something that was non-biased, that was friendly for both Republicans and Democrats to come together when it comes to immigration. They didn't wanna sign it because they don't want that signed under a Democrat president. They want it signed under Trump's immigration policy because they want his name on it. They want him to own it, and trust me, it won't be fair. Fair is not what it's about. I'm just saying. Now you have a Republican Party that's divided. It's broken. It's Republicans and it's MAGA because there's Republicans that don't like MAGA, and there's MAGA that hates Republicans because Republicans are not MAGA enough. It's a broken party. What does this have to do with everything? This it's racism. It's making a larger group of people feel like that they inherently are superior, and I bet you people out there are like, "What? Oh, I thought it was that I can get a rope and if I lynch somebody, I'm racist. Yeah, yeah, that's an act of rage that's gotten so out of control that you gotta physically put your hands on someone and physically act upon that hate, to actually do an act to unalive them because you see, it's racism too. But they have levels of it where they want to give themselves a self a pass and say, "Well, I'm not racist because I didn't hang anybody. Oh, I'm not racist because I never used the N word," which you know it's a lie. They have. I'm sure they have. Because in my situation, this person told me, the chat is available for people to investigate. I posted my community tab. It said, and this person wrote, "Grab her by the pussy." I was called a cunt. This person said she smells like Kamala. Misogyny through the wazoo, okay? Misogyny. And then, moving forward, 'cause I'm all about moving forward, he admits calling me a cunt and doesn't see there's anything wrong with that. Oh, that's not racist. It's cunt. I called her a cunt. I'm gonna talk about how that word, that C word, it doesn't fall under racist, but what it does fall under that encourages someone who is racist and who is in denial about being a racist. So, individual racism is personal beliefs and attitudes and actions that reflect the prejudice or discrimination against people based on their race. And Alice says nasty, yes. And they have lost sight, yes. Bad word, yes. N word is a bad word. The second form of racism is called institutional racism, right? Institutional policies and practices and procedures and workplaces and treatments and the outcomes that has been promoted by racial groups of people attacking someone. Institutional racism. And the third one is called systemic racism. The broader societal patterns and structures that perpetuate racial inequality and discrimination across multiple institutions. Racism can be profound and lasting impact on individuals and communities, contributing to social, economic, and health disparities. It's important to recognize and address racism in its in all forms and to promote equality and justice for everyone. I wanted to start it off with identifying what it means because you have people that are in a bubble, and when they are in a bubble, they think racist is what their heritage did, their great-grandfather, great-grandmother, and how they talked, and they feel that, "Oh, I have black friends. That means I'm not racist." No, it doesn't. Doesn't mean because you have black friends, you're not racist. "Oh, I have a black child. Oh, I have a black, uh, boss." And then Tracy Lee says, "Scared of different people." Tracy Lee is hitting it on point. Scared. And the thing is, why? Because you've been indoctrinated with what? Stereotypes, racism. So, the bubble. Let's get down to forgiveness that I want to share with you, and I've done some homework, and it's to help me and hopefully can help others and probably help others really, really look deep inside themselves who don't think that they're racist and maybe they could come in fruition when they say something like, "black retard" or "black" broke track, black retard for which I was called by this person. It's racist. It's racist. Let's talk about this more in case this person doesn't understand society out there. A person to deny that they are racist and they know they're full-blown racist is the most dangerous person that's living because they get a high to going to the next level, becoming terrorist, using their entitlement and thinking that they're doing it for the cause, like driving a car, truck at full speed in New Orleans on Bourbon Street that killed a diverse culture, people, by the way, and ages. Um, Believe it or not, in my thoughts tonight, I thought about if you know a person who is in denial of being racist, these are some things to also kind of think about. And because I'm a victim of it, and there are many victims of it, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to be the savior to go out there and fix these people. But let me give you some things that maybe we can do. Helping someone to recognize and address their racist behavior can be very, very challenging, but it's an important step towards fostering understanding and change, and that's why I'm doing this tonight. Building community. Here's some steps that we can take. Number 1, educate yourself. Before approaching a person, make sure you have a solid understanding of what racism is and its impact. This will help you communicate more effectively. This is helping someone who is a racist, who is in denial, okay? Educate yourself. Create a safe place. Approach the conversation starting off with empathy and patience. If you look at the community tab, that person on the community tab that I posted and I shared it with everybody, this person is not empathetic. He's more angrier because I revealed this person. I revealed him, right? But to create a safe space, approach the conversation with empathy and patience and make it clear that your intention is to help, not to accuse or shame. Again, this is about helping someone who is a racist, but they are in denial. Educate yourself, create a safe space, use specific examples, point out specific instances of their behavior that was problematic. That's what I'm doing tonight. Share resources, provide books and articles and documentaries or other resources that can help people understand racism and its effects. And sometimes hearing from different perspectives can be eye-opening. The next one, and I just have 2 more. Encourage self-reflection. Again, this is about how to help someone that's in denial about being a racist. Ask open-minded questions that encourage them to reflect their beliefs and actions. For example, how do you think your words might affect the person? This is what's the failure. How do you think to a racist, how do you think that your words might have affected that person? Thought about it? It's on the community tab, what he said to me 4 days ago. I just happened to find it today. Number 6, be patient. How do you help a person, or what can help a person that's in denial about racism? It's not about you having to say the world you don't. Be patient. Change takes time. It's important to be patient with yourself, and they may not fully understand or accept your points right away. They're listening tonight, whoever is out there who's a racist. Be patient with yourself and that it takes time. Last but not least, offer support. Let them know that you're there to support them in their journey towards understanding and change. Let me let me elaborate on that more. It is not your responsibility to change someone's beliefs. It's not your responsibility to put yourself in harm's way, to change someone's racist beliefs, but you can be a catalyst for growth and understanding, and this is what I'm doing tonight. If this conversation becomes too difficult, and it is sometimes for me when it comes to talking about it, but not to express myself, it might be helpful for people who are racist to find a mediator, to definitely get some counseling and seek professional guidance. Those are some things that I read about a person that's in denial of being a racist, 1 through 7. Educate yourself, create a safe space, use specific examples, share resources, encourage self-reflection, be patient, and offer support. Asia says she's laying down listening to me. Oh, I am glad, Asia, that you can lay down and you can listen to me and it doesn't make you feel stressed. That I can have difficult conversations where they don't feel, um, stressful, that you can go to sleep tonight and you can feel better from our conversation. Because I really feel that all of us deal with this different complexions by different complexions. Um, and what I wanted to share was, can you forgive a racist? Joy, joy, joy down in my heart and in my heart to stay. And Tracy Lee Williams says, also red, yellow, black, or white, all precious in his sight. Jesus loved the children of the world. Yes, amen, amen, amen. Now, here's what I want to tap into. My thumbnail says, forgive. Is forgiveness possible for racist actions? That's my title. Let's get to this too. Can you forgive a racist? And let's talk about this. Forgiving someone for racist behavior is deeply personal, and it's a very complex process. It often involves a lot of introspection, emotional work, and here are some steps that might help. And this is for everyone who feels that they're struggling with this experience, or and if you are the culprit behind it, if you are a racist. Maybe what I'm doing tonight, maybe it could help, what I'm sharing with you tonight. Number 1, can you forgive a racist? Here is, uh, some emotional work. Number 1, acknowledge your feelings. It's important to recognize and validate your emotions, anger, hurt, and sadness, and natural responses to racism. Racism is which I'm doing now. I've done the homework, but I had to take myself out since I've experienced this recently. I've had to take myself to a different level of forgiveness, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm forgiving this person. I'm not saying I'm sorry, but I forgive them. Acknowledge your feelings. Number 2, understand the context. Try to understand the context in which the racist behavior occurred. This doesn't excuse the behavior, but it can provide insight into why it happened, and I've done that, this particular thing that happened. Because of the circle, because of the energy, because of probably being influenced by some attitude enhancing drugs or alcohol can influence it, but really when you do that, you're really bringing it out even more clear because they call it what? They call alcohol liquid courage. So, obviously, when they're under that influence, then it brings out something that has been hidden, and you're literally living a lie if you continue to hide it. And then Tracy Lee says their background. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. The bubble. Understand the context and try to understand the context in which the racist behavior occurred, and that's what I've try to do, so I can feel good when I wake up in the morning. Set boundaries, okay? Number 3 is setting boundaries. Can you forgive a racist? This is how you forgive them. You set boundaries. Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to continue a relationship with the person. It's okay to set boundaries to protect yourself, for which I've done. Set boundaries doesn't mean you have to continue a relationship. Set the boundaries. Number 4, seek support. This is what I'm doing. Talk to friends, talk to family. I talked to my family. I talked to my daughter about this tonight. She was very disturbed, by the way. My daughter, that I saw tonight, I haven't talked to her about this, and it really has disturbed her. It made her nervous because with me being on YouTube, she didn't say this, but I could tell, and she has a right, that my grandson is sometimes on my YouTube with me, and sharing that energy with someone who is prying into your life is scary. She didn't say this. She was more so hurt for what happened to me, but I'm just expanding on how this affects everybody. My husband, my friends, everybody's affected by what this person did. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist about your feelings. Support others can be incredibly helpful, and I've been doing that. I talked to a friend of mine. If she wants to make herself known in the chat room, you can, but I'm not gonna mention. But I was able to talk, to this person on the phone today. Thank you with so much love. I told her I was shook, even though this happened a while back. Seeing what happened 4 days ago, that it claims what happened, but I actually read it today, shook me again. And that person was a wonderful ear for me, and I just instantly felt better. For real, I felt better. Number 5, focus on healing. This is about forgiving a racist, okay? Number 5, focus on healing. Forgiveness is more about your own healing than about the other person. It's about letting go of the anger and hurt so you can move forward. I wanted to put you to sleep, Asia, because you can always watch the replay. My voice is to put you to sleep. My voice is an ASMR, my love, is to calm you down. It works, it really works. My my sister-in-law, Miss TR, she said she would play my replay because sometimes she's very, very busy. So she'll go to bed at night and she'll play my voice while she's laying in the bed. Because sometimes people can have a lot of people around them and they still feel alone, right? And she will play my voice whatever I'm doing, and it helps her get some sleep. So this is what it's for. You don't have to stay alert and alive. I mean, stay alive, but you don't have to be so alert. Don't stress yourself when you're a part of these sessions or a part of my vlog or a part of me reading things because that's my purpose. That's my purpose. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, getting to know you. Yes, and Tracy, I love that show. It just says because the point is that when you're around this environment, my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, this safe space, you are supposed to be able to rest, and when you can rest, I've done my job. Remember that. I feel good about it. So please rest. Um, Focus on healing. Forgiveness is more about your own healing than about the other person. It's about letting go of the anger and hurt so you move forward, and that's what I've been doing and others can do too, please. Last but not least, educate and advocate. Yes, I miss it too, and Sesame Street, me too. Maybe I could do that in the beginning of some of my life on Saturday night, we watch Party, which she'll be back, next Saturday. I think this person who is a racist does not know how to address the problem that they have, and they don't want to say, "I'm sorry," or apologize because they were taught how to handle this differently. They were taught to lie first. They were taught to defend themselves, to protect their circle, their whatever. They don't really want to be associated with that circle that is so bad, but at the same time, they're around it, right? Educate and advocate. Sometimes educating the person about why their behavior was hurtful, which I'm doing, can be a step towards forgiveness. Advocacy for racial equality can also be a powerful way to channel your feelings. I'm gonna repeat this again. Educate and advocate. Sometimes educating the person about why their behavior was hurtful and can be a step towards forgiveness. Um, Advocacy for racial equality can also be a powerful way in changing your feelings. So I suggest this person out there advocate for racial equality. And then you can work yourself towards healing, like Tracy Lee says. It's in your background, it's around the world, it's indoctrinated, can't change overnight, it takes time. But understand that your life in this world today, when you continue to act that way and you're acting like that you're not racist and you think it's still okay, that you're hurting a lot of people, and maybe you don't care, okay? That could be a very great possibility. If I can see a man that was a part of January 6th insurrection, that was part of the Proud Boys, who said a lot of racist things, okay? He was there. He went to prison. Do you know that man says he's changed now? And did you know he was at the Democrat National Convention speaking against MAGA and saying how he was changed? I have it on file, you can Google it. I have it in my playlist. This person has a book. This person I know it sounds cliche, but if you got a book, baby, that means you've been doing the work, and he's been working on changing how he is. He said he regrets it. He was a part of the circle. He was a part of a group of people, the bubble that made him feel alive, made him come alive. He felt supported. He was getting uh, people attention that he's never gotten before, and he felt that lynch mob circle, uh, galvanized him to do what he did and to do what he said. Tracy Lee said, "Had Snuffy Big Boy." Oh, yes, Snuffleupagus, and Asia says Snuffy was the big birdie imaginary friend. Zuma, 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 yes, the lighthearted, beautiful, precious people in our chat room and a part of, Rhonda Selfie Spark Nation. This is what the person can do is educate and advocate. And remember, forgiveness is a personal journey, and there's no right or wrong way to go about it. Take your time to do what it feels right now. And I wanted to share that. I think, for me and for my friends here, but I've seen this person has been on my page and has been watching the things I do, and hopefully they can watch this and know that I don't have hate for them, even though they continue to feel the way they do. From the exclamation marks, it looks like they definitely hate me because the red exclamation points. Um, but I don't hate them. I chose not to hate them. Um, when people don't find a way to educate and advocate for it, then there's some deeper mental issues that would keep you from having a family, that would keep you from getting married, that would keep you from finding ultimate happiness. I'm not saying everybody's marriage is ultimately happy. I'm not shallow like that, but I'm just saying if that is a personal goal, whatever your goal is to find somebody special, to have this, what Reese's Cup was saying, a very angry person. This person wrote to me very, very angry because the now is a yeah, I didn't cuss because I know I can do this. Um, I know I can do this without cussing. I'm challenging myself because I know I'm a better person for it. Um, I did some more research that I thought was, very amazing too that, I've read to you all, and we talked about can you forgive a racist and how you go about forgiving them. A person who is in denial and is a racist, how to point out those things, study. If you're a racist out there sitting in the cut, play this over and over and again and, learn it. Um, here's another one too, giving examples of racism. It's racial slurs, it's stereotyping, it's exclusion, it's microaggressions, it's discriminatory hiring practices, and racial profiling. If you fit it up under any of that, you are a racist. It's because people, "I'm not a racist," is because they probably don't know. Racial slurs, stereotyping. Racial slurs is using derogatory terms or racial slurs to insult or demean someone based on their race. Has this person used this? Yes. James B. James B. Hello, my love. He says everything is forgivable, and everything should be forgiven. And I did mention about that I forgive them. Um, and I did say that it's not my responsibility to change someone's beliefs, but you can be a catalyst to someone's growth. Hello, James B. You know? Um, but I can put this out there in a friendly, loving way and probably help this people out there to be able to identify, so maybe they can do some self-work. Um, another example of what racism is being a racist is stereotyping. And stereotyping is making assumptions about someone's abilities and their behaviors or characteristics based on their race. The next one is exclusion. Again, welcome, shout out to James B. He's a part of Spark Nation. I love my James B. Um, exclusion is deliberately excluding someone from social activities, opportunities because of their race. And did that happen to me? Yeah. Was I being casted out of a certain YouTube live stream? Is that racist? Yes. I was told to get the F out. Grab me by the pussy. I'm a cunt. I'm a broke track. black retard. People are saying that they're not racist, but they don't understand what it means. Exclusion means deliberately excluding someone from social activities, groups, or opportunities because of their race, and this is what not all of them did in Dan Leo's chat room, but most of the moderators did that to me. Not all moderators, and not everybody, but most of them. Chat rooms is social activities, it's a group, it's an opportunity to be around a group of people. Microaggressions, again, this falls under what is a racist? Subtle, often unintentional comments or actions that convey prejudice or discrimination, such as saying, "You speak English so well," to someone who is not white. "You speak English so well." That's racist. I'm a Black woman. Do you know how many times people have told me I speak so proper, that I don't speak like I'm Black? You know how many times I've been told I don't speak like I'm from Texas? You know how many times when I've had a job for over 30 something years that someone would show up at the and I'd schedule an appointment because I was a buyer for the company. I was over, s pub purchasing, and I had appointments for people who sold things, sellers, and they'd show up and come right to my desk, and they'd go, "I'm looking for Rhonda blah, blah, blah," 'cause I talked to 'em on the phone. And I'm like, "I'm Rhonda," and they I mean, you could see the gasp, it was so freaking clear. Is that a racist? Yeah. It's called microaggressions. Subtle, often unintentional comments or actions that convey prejudice or discrimination, such as saying, "You speak English so well," to someone who is not white. Number 5, and I have one more after that, and that's gonna be it. Another example of someone who's a racist. Discriminatory hiring practices, choosing not to hire someone or giving them fewer opportunities for advancement based on their race. Now, oh my God, this thing in politics, DEI, getting rid of affirmative action. Walmart has done that. They're flipping the script. We know. I'm not gonna go in detail about that and what that means. People who are racist, again, people who are racist, who are in denial of being racist, is one of the most dangerous people to ever exist. That you're gonna continue go with the lie because the lie makes you feel comfortable versus the truth because the truth is too uncomfortable. The last one is called racial profiling. It's not limited to these things, to these 6 things, but a racist is suspecting or targeting someone for criminal activity based on their race. I bet you somewhere in these 6 items, someone thought, "Oh, shoot." I didn't cuss, y'all thought it was coming. It's my swear jar. I have $1. Hey, you guys. Tracy Lee says, "Morgan Freeman, easy reader." I love the conversation that Tracy Lee Williamson is having with both Asia. You all can see that you have something very in common, and having a conversation is amazing, right? When you can meet someone that has something in common with you. That's what I'm about, building community, a safe place. What I read to you all, a lot of people are probably racist out there, not in the chat room, but the ones that are sitting in the cup, because I can see those numbers are higher than the chat room. I could see the numbers are huge. You ever seen when I sign off that you only knew that there was 10 people in the chat room, but then when you see the views, there were how many? 30, 40, 50, 70, 80? Because they're sitting in the cut. They're watching, they're listening. They don't want to be visible, and that's okay. Just please smash that like, and you have, and thank you. These actions can be what I read to you, and please go to the replay, play this over and over again, learn it, understand it. Oh, thank you. Hi, Lola. Lola's sitting in the cut. When you are alone, Tracy Lee Williamson says, and then welcome again, James B. Thank you for being close. I'm so glad to see that you're here. These actions can have significant negative impacts on individuals and contribute to broader patterns of inequality and discrimination. And it's important to recognize and address individual racism to promote a more inclusive and equitable society. This person who is a racist, who's been harassing me, doesn't see himself harassing me because they feel that they are entitled because of their color, because of how they've been indoctrinated, because of their circle is because of their numbers are a majority in the United States of America. If none of this fits this person, if none of this you feel fits this person, remember this about microaggressions. Subtle, often unintentional comments are made. For example, you speak English so well to someone who's not white. And again, it was another one that I was reading, about, trying to just force somebody out of a circle when you don't own it. I mean, you know, on YouTube, I can go on any channel I want, even though I understand that the live stream probably won't be for me, right? But for me to feel that I have to oppress myself or suppress myself would not do me justice when I know that I'm a free woman that should feel comfortable going to places that I disagree with. But I'm not a troll. I'm not harassing anybody. I'm just there, and people are telling me to get out because I smell like Kamala and that I am a cunt, and that the only thing that I can react to is being grabbed by the pussy. So, let's talk about the word cunt. Is cunt racist? The word cunt is not inherently racist, but it is highly offensive and derogatory term. This person in Trinity Tab admits calling me a cunt. He's very proud about it. He's like, "I called her a cunt. I called her a cunt." It's often used as a vulgar insult and can be deeply hurtful. While it doesn't target a specific race, it can still cause significant emotional harm and perpetuate negative attitudes, which is aligned with racist. It's an alignment. So it is important to be mindful of the language we use and strive to communicate with respect and empathy. And if you have any more questions or want to continue, just sharing what you feel about this in the chat room, please do. I embrace it. Even if you want to challenge me, I mean, only way we can come together and forgive one another is to listen to each other respectfully, use respectful language, right? We don't have to cuss each other out and be racist. Um, I've gave some pretty good tips, and then I put on here, when someone's an alcoholic, can they be a racist? And it talks about the traits of someone who drinks alcohol a lot and gets drunk and then talk about these things, and they wanna hide behind the excuse of liquid courage when really your racism is really deep, deep inside, embedded, and at the same time, you, wanna hide behind the liquor, but the liquor is forcing something out that's there in your heart. Um, so I wanted to share that along with something else I think is gonna touch your hearts. Before I actually close out on this, Imma give you something to feel really good about before you can go to sleep tonight, and we could I can be live again tomorrow. And I wanna tell you all, and I'm not going anywhere now, I'll probably be here for another hour, but I thank you all for joining me as I did take a deep dive on this tough question. Is forgiveness really possible for racist actions? And I shared check out the replay, and I explored, this together with you all, the things that I'm putting the work in. Forgiveness is a complex and multifaceted concept that can be difficult to grasp, especially when it comes to racist actions. In today's society, we're constantly confronted with harsh realities of systemic racism, discrimination, and xenophobia, making it hard to even consider the idea of forgiveness. Racism is a poison that seeps deep into the veins of our community, causing immeasurable pain, suffering, and trauma to countless individuals and groups. It's a wound that has been inflicted upon humanity for centuries, and its effects can still be felt today. The emotional toll of racism can be very overwhelming, leading to feelings of anger, resentment, and hopelessness. How can we even begin to think about forgiveness in the face of such injustice? I thought about that. It's why I created a thumbnail that says forgive, and my title is Forgiveness Possible for Racist Actions? Does anger feel easier? Yeah. Does resentment feel easier? Yeah. But I'm working on myself because I don't want to feel hopeless. The impact of racism goes beyond the individual, affecting entire communities and societies as a whole, and it perpetuates systems of oppression, and it undermines social cohesion, and it creates an us versus them mentality. Forgiveness seems like an impossible task when confronted with the sheer weight of historical and ongoing injustices, and it's no wonder that many people struggle to even consider the concept of forgiveness in the context of racism. For many, forgiveness is seen as betrayal, right? I felt like that. When I went live today, I felt like that I was betraying myself for forgiving this person and many others out there that are racist. I felt a strong sense of betrayal of the suffering and pain inflicted upon them or their ancestors. Repeat that again. For many, forgiveness is seen as a betrayal of the suffering and pain inflicted upon them and our ancestors, and it's perceived as letting the perpetrators off the hook, right? Hi, Miss Tiara. It it makes It's perceived as allowing the perpetrators off the hook, allowing them to escape accountability for their actions. How can we expect individuals and communities to forgive when the wounds are still so raw and the perpetrators remain unpunished? Let me break this down for you. Different cultures and individuals have unique perspectives on forgiveness. In some societies, forgiveness is seen as a necessary step toward healing and reconciliation, while in others, it's viewed as a sign of weakness. Psychological insights suggest that forgiveness can be a powerful tool for personal healing, but it requires a deep understanding of the complexities of human emotions. Forgiveness is not about forgetting or condoning the past, but about releasing the hold that it has on us. Let me repeat this. Forgiveness is not forgetting or condoning the past, but about releasing the hold that it has on us. And then Reese's Cup says, "I think calling them out is what should be done. It can be healing for sure." Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my god, yes. And that's what I've been doing too, right? I've been checking myself, right? Personal stories of forgiveness in the face of racism are a testament to the human capacity for resilience and compassion. They show us that forgiveness is not a one-time event, a process that requires effort, patience, and courage. Let me give an example. From Nelson Mandela's iconic forgiveness of his apartheid captors to the everyday acts of forgiveness displayed for individuals and communities around the world, these stories, like Nelson Mandela's, inspire us to reexamine our assumptions about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a journey that requires us to confront our own biases, to listen to the story of others, and to acknowledge the pain and suffering that racism has caused. Forgiveness is not about erasing the past, but about creating a new future, one that's built on empathy, compassion, and understanding. I also want to share something with you that I actually studied and want to share with you this a powerful story that illustrates the complexity and beauty of forgiveness. Okay, I've done my work. I've done my homework, y'all. Thank you for your patience again, Rhonda Sufley Sparks. During the American Civil Rights Movement, there was a woman named Eva Moses Core who survived the Auschwitz concentration camp. Despite the unimaginable trauma she experienced, Eva chose to forgive her tormentors, even going so far as to reconcile with one of the former SS guards. Her story is a testament to the human capacity for forgiveness in the face of unimaginable evil. Again, her name is Eva, EVA, middle name Moses, last name is Kaur, Kor. In the face of racism, forgiveness is not an easy task, but it's a necessary one. It's why I forgive this person and many people out there who are racist. It's not about forgetting or condoning the past, but it's about releasing the hold that it has on us. It's about creating a new future, one that's built on empathy, compassion, and understanding. I'm going to briefly, quickly, in about 60 seconds, share with you what you missed, and you can please go back and check out the replay. I had discussed a list of 1 through 7 on, how to deal with a racist that is in denial and how racists who are in denial, how to deal with it. We discussed that. I also discussed, examples of individual racist and their behaviors, and that was 6 items that I had read to you all, but I also wanted to highlight that. Number 3 is called exclusion, and a racist deliberately excludes someone from social activities and groups or opportunities because of their race. The next thing I also read and shared, check out the replay, about what the word "cunt" means. Is cunt racist? And I went in that in detail. I also talked about, at the very beginning, what is a racist? Because a lot of people, they say they're not racist, but they don't know what the definition of racist is. And I associated that with they think it's the extremities of, "Okay, I didn't lynch this person. I have a black friend. My boss is black. I helped a black person who had a flat." And they identify with that not being racist, and that's not true. So, I identified 3 items, what racist is: individual racism, institutional racism, and systemic racism, and I described that in detail. And, I also share about how in different ways, in 6 ways, how you can give a racist. So, we talk about that, and I said that it's a difficult conversation. It's not difficult for me. It's actually being able to admit and share with my friends and family. I shared with my daughter and my husband, and they're all bothered by this. I said, "Well, I'm gonna forgive this person and forgive all races out there." And I gave an example of how this does not take your power away, and it's not about building a relationship with them. It's about setting boundaries, and I have set those boundaries. As I wrap up this exploration of forgiveness tonight, in the face of racism, I want to leave you with this challenge, okay? What are your thoughts on forgiveness and the context of racist actions? Share your thoughts in the comments below even after I sign off, close this live stream. And if you're interested in exploring more topics like this, let me know. I'll be sure to point out and make some more videos about its complexities of social justice. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy and your support. And hopefully, this person who is out there who has been harassing me, I know it takes time because it's been indoctrinated, but the one thing is when that person really acknowledged that what they said was racist, that their behavior, it was racist. And not that I really care about this individual, but I care about myself enough so I can move on. Thank you and good night. And I'm Rhonda, and I'll see you soon.